Good morning, students and listeners out there. I'm Dr. M.S. Ogunmuyiwa, an associate professor from the Department of Business Administration here in Olabisi Onabanjo University at Ogunmuyiwa. I'll be taking you through a new lecture or a new topic in our entrepreneurship lecture series. And the topic for today is entrepreneurial thinking. Entrepreneurial thinking. That's the topic we are going to be discussing this morning. What do we mean by entrepreneurial thinking? Or what really can we say are the thoughts of the entrepreneur? Are the thoughts of the entrepreneur different from the thought of the ordinary human being on the street? Is the way the entrepreneur thinks different from the way a non-entrepreneur thinks? So the thinking of an entrepreneur may be somewhat different from the way the non-entrepreneurs think, or the thoughts or the mindset of an entrepreneur or the would-be entrepreneur. Their thoughts may actually not be the same the way the ordinary man on the street thinks. And the reason is that entrepreneurs are seen as special human beings. They are seen as special creatures that God created and that He has embedded in each of them as entrepreneurs right from their mother's womb, several innate characteristics or several innate qualities that non-entrepreneurs do not possess. So, in real terms, the thinking of an entrepreneur may be somewhat different from the way non-entrepreneurs will think, or the way an entrepreneur perceives a situation may, in actual fact, different from the way a non-entrepreneur will perceive the same scenario or the same thing. And there are several factors or reasons that can be adduced to this thinking of the entrepreneur, or this so-called phrase, the entrepreneurial thinking. And the first is that I will start from the entrepreneurial mindset. The entrepreneurial mindset. As I said, the entrepreneurs, going by the genetic theory of leadership, which says that leaders are born and not made. That leadership qualities cannot be acquired, it cannot be learned. It is something that God has deposited in leaders right from their birth. In the same process or in the same fold, entrepreneurs, going by a certain school of thought, entrepreneurs are said to be born, that the entrepreneurship quality is not something that can be acquired or that you can learn. Why another school of thought, of course, negated that to say that no, entrepreneurship as a process can be acquired, it's something that you can learn. But whether we go by the school of thought that opines that entrepreneurship cannot be learned, that entrepreneurs are born, or if we pitch our tent alongside another school of thought that says that the entrepreneurial process can be acquired even in the wall, in the four wall of a classroom, that it can be learned. whichever of those two schools that we belong to. What is important is that the way the entrepreneur thinks, the mindset of the entrepreneur is such that entrepreneurs are always out to achieve goals. They are goal setters, they are task setters, they are goal and result oriented, they are future oriented. Entrepreneurs are not just goal setters, their mindset is such that when they set goals, they draw alternatives. They put up options with a view to attaining or achieving such goals. Some of us are so are, 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 are so are so unresult oriented, like, if I may put it that way, in such a way that we only set goals, but we don't follow such goals with useful alternatives or attainable options that can help us to achieve those goals or tasks that we have set for ourselves. But the entrepreneurial mindset is such that God has created them in such a way that there are people who run after the goals they have set. They keep on pursuing the goals days and nights, all with a view to accomplishing the goals and the task they have so highlighted. So the mindset of the entrepreneur is such that their thoughts, the way they think is after achieving goals. They are goal achievers. So the entrepreneurial mindset is built in such a way that they always think and they are always ready to accomplish tasks and to accomplish goals. Number two is possibilities. The entrepreneurial thinking is always about possibilities. Entrepreneurs don't think about non-possible things. Entrepreneurs don't think about things that are not achievable. You cannot meet a true entrepreneur and you'll be talking about impossibilities. So in terms of discussing the entrepreneurial thinking via possibilities and impossibilities, entrepreneurial thinking is always towards possibilities. It's only non-entrepreneurs that will be thinking about impossibilities, something not possible. Can I achieve that goal? Can I set up that industry? Can I attain that task? These are the questions that will be propping the minds of non-entrepreneurs. But what props the minds of entrepreneurs are always possibilities. Possibilities. How can I achieve this task? I need one, two, or three things to accomplish that task. That goal must be achieved tomorrow. These are the things that entrepreneurs think about. These are the things that will be crossing their minds, not talking of impossible things. Can I pass my WAEC? Can I attain a score of 300 out of 400 in my JAMB examination? These impossibilities will never cross the mind of an achiever. An achiever will be thinking, oh, in my forthcoming SSC exam, I'm going to come out in flying colors. At least I will have about 7 days out of my 8 subjects I've registered for. These are the things that will be propping the minds of achievers, of entrepreneurs. In my JAMB exam, I'm not going to have a score of less than 310 out of 400. These are the things that will be propping the minds of the will-be entrepreneurs. Possibilities. and not impossibilities. Number three is positive thinking and negative thinking. Positivities and negativities. This also is another important thing, which of course is analogous to possibilities and impossibilities, but they are a little bit different. Positivity and negativity. Positive thinking and negative thinking. Negative thinking draws an individual 1,000 miles away from his goals, while positive thinking draws an individual near to his goals faster than he can imagine. So entrepreneurs are positive thinkers. They think positivities, not negativities. So entrepreneurial thinking is always positive. How can I add value to an existing thing? How can I bring forth new ideas, new ways of producing a particular product? How can we improve our service to our clients? Positivities. That is what makes up an entrepreneur. Not thinking back that how can we improve on our service to our customers. These are the things that entrepreneurs will be talking about. How can we achieve better results? How can we improve on our turnover, our total sales, our gross profit, our net profit? How can we improve on them? So positivity, positive thinking is one of the cornerstone, is one of the critical things that always revolve around the entrepreneurial thoughts. So the thinking of an entrepreneur is something that is always positive all of the time. Then the fourth one to actually explaining entrepreneurial thinking is fear of failure or fear of the unknown. Some of us, we have fear of failure, fear of the unknown, and we fear in taking risk, we fear in dabbling into issues or things that can transform our life. We are not ready because of the fact that we are not entrepreneurs to take risk, and not just taking risk, to venture into several activities that can, as I said, transform our entire life or transform us into a special and perfect being. Fear of the unknown, fear of failure has led some people not to take the right step at the right time. Many entrepreneurial pursuits always has not reached a level of completion or a level of fruition because of the fact that they fail at one time or the other to take some critical step or some critical decision that they need to leverage upon to take them to the next level. So fear of the unknown or fear of failure is not something that entrepreneurs entertain. Good entrepreneurs don't fear, they don't fear the unknown. They're not afraid of failing. Even failure is one of the traits that the entrepreneurs have put as being part of them. Several attempts will have been made by several entrepreneurs and they will have failed in several trials, in several endeavors before coming out to actually achieve their set goals and objectives. So no to the entrepreneur is not something that can discourage them. Their belief is that no means next opportunity. So if you tell an entrepreneur, a true entrepreneur, a no, they will just laugh at you. No means next opportunity. And they will keep on trying and keep on trying until they are able to achieve a desired result. So fear of failure is not in the register or is not in the books of entrepreneur. It's not part of their thinking. Number five is that where others where others see a problem, entrepreneurs always are people who will see an opportunity. So their thinking is that there is opportunity everywhere. There is opportunity in every problem. What the ordinary individual does, or what the ordinary people do, is that we like to pinpoint problems. We are fault finders. This thing is not correct. This one is not done right. That one should not be done like that. But we cannot put up panacea options with a view to solving such problems. Many of us are complainants, even in our various entities and organizations. Even in our household, in our families, we complain to our children, we nag to our wives, we nag to our children and siblings. This is not done right. This floor is not well swept. These tables and chairs are not well dusted. But are we putting up options to allow the people around us to be able to do their jobs in the right way and in the right direction? So where others see a problem, entrepreneurs will see an opportunity. Many of us will keep on complaining. The federal government has increased the price per litre of PMS or AGO, aviation fuel, or some other allied petroleum products. But what are we doing to solve that problem of increase in price of PMS? What alternatives are we thinking about? The entrepreneurial thinking will always be, what are the alternatives to PMS? And several entrepreneurs, even as I speak, are coming up with several alternatives. The CNG option, people are now trying to see what they can do in terms of doing electric cars. Elon Musk and and other entrepreneurs are busy thinking of how to roll more of electric cars into the market. Even our own Innocent Cars in Nigeria has come up with a brand of an electric car. These are the entrepreneurial thoughts. So an entrepreneur will think of how to solve problems, while non-entrepreneurs will always be a complainant. They will be seeing problems, but ask them to come up with an alternative. They cannot. Those are non-entrepreneurs. So the entrepreneurial thinking, the entrepreneurial idea is always about positivities, it's always about possibilities, it's always a mindset that is ready to set goals and put up alternatives with a view to achieving such goals. The entrepreneurial thinking and mindset is not that of people who are afraid of failures, people who are afraid to take actions. Entrepreneurs are not afraid of failures. They fail and they rise up. They have failed several times and they have risen up several times. Several entrepreneurs who have succeeded in their various endeavors and trials have had cause to fail at one time or the other. So entrepreneurial thinking is always a mindset that is ready to take responsibilities, that is not afraid of failures, that no will not discourage them if given at any point in the course of their entrepreneurial pursuit. They will take a no as next opportunity. And any entrepreneur always have a thought and a mindset. Their thinking is always that they are not only ready to put up a problem, but they will tell you several panacea options with a view to solving such a problem. So entrepreneurs are not fault finders, they are fault menders. Entrepreneurs are not just fault finders, they are people who at times may bring up a fault, they may find a fault, but immediately they will tell you how to solve such fault. So they are fault finders and fault menders, but non-entrepreneurs are only fault finders but not fault menders. On that note, I want to draw the curtain of our discussions today on the topic entrepreneurial thinking in the course of our entrepreneurial lecture series. So thank you for listening. Enjoy the rest of the day and God bless.